Who would have thought 4 years ago that we'd be here still bringing you battle report after battle report? That 250,000 of you would have subscribed to our channel and thousands of you would also support us on Patreon as well as here on YouTube. As a thank you, boy howdy, do we have a two-part series for you. What if I told you that every previous year's season winner is going to face off against each other in an effort to crown a year not for reigning play-on champion? That's right, folks. Rupert, Tak, and Tycho will face off in a 3-player playdown to crown a season not for champ. As reigning champion, Tycho is going to get a bye into the finals, which means only one thing: Tak Kawana's Admech is going to face off against Rupert Campbell's Ynnari in this first episode to decide who rolls dice better. This is 40k in 40 minutes championship battle.
I get to play the Admech, and I get to play the Admech in a championship match versus Rupert, who is a Season 1 champion. I'm the Season 2 champion.
Led by a Skitarii Marshal and a Tech Priest Dominus, he has Kataphron Breachers, Skitarii Rangers, some Skitarii Vanguard, a Cybernetic Datasmith with Sikaran Infiltrators, Iron Strider Ballistari, some Sulphur Hounds, he's got a Scorpius Dune Rider, some Sidonian Dragoons, and Castellan Robots. He's also got an Archaeopter Fusillade, which could cause some real problems for Rupert.
Because I know the Aeldar and Rupert will be fairly aggressive and want to hem me in my side of the board, our battle plan really is to try to take control of a portion of the board with my Infiltrators to block his easy path forward.
So the last time I played 40k, or any game on the tabletop, was the last time I was here.
Rupert has brought a very colorful Ynnari army. Looks like somebody's been busy in pandemic lockdown. Rupert has an Autarch Skyrunner, a Farseer, and the Vizarch. He's got 2 squads of Rangers and a Harlequin troop with all sorts of fusion and Harlequin weapons in it, some Fire Dragons, some Howling Banshees, Striking Scorpions, Shining Spears, Swooping Hawks, and Dark Reapers. He's also got a Falcon to do some first turn drop shenanigans.
I've always set it up throughout time that my Farseer puts in the final hit. It's difficult to pull off. So if there's an opportunity to do that, that's what will happen.
Our mission today is secure missing artifacts out of the Nephilim Grand Tournament book. At the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is will score 4 victory points for controlling 1 objective, 4 more for controlling 2, and 4 more for controlling more than their opponent to a maximum of 12 points per turn. In Secure Missing Artifacts, players also rearrange the objective markers and then secretly choose one to be their opponent's priority objective. Should they hold the priority objective at the end of their turn, they will also score an additional 3 points primary, making it a maximum of 15 primary per turn to a total maximum of 45 for the game. For secondaries, Tak has chosen Raise Banners, Accretion of Knowledge, an Admech-specific secondary, scoring him points for every unit with a relic and or warlord trait that he kills, and Uncharted Sequencing, holding specific objectives in a specific order. In this case, bottom left, bottom right, center, and top right.
Uncharted Sequencing. This may be the best thing ever, this could be the most foolhardy thing ever, but it's a lot of fun.
Rupert has chosen Raise Banners as well as one of his secondaries, Hidden Path, an Eldar-specific secondary, awarding him points equal to the turn number for holding a specific objective. For example, holding on turn 4 scores him 4 points. He's also taken Bring It Down to take down all of the mighty vehicles that Tak has brought to the table. Tak looks to be putting his Rangers in his Dune Rider and spending a command point to put his Dragoons in reserve. That should cause Rupert some headaches. Rupert has put the Fire Dragons and the Vizarch into his Falcon. They'll be able to drop turn 1 because of the Falcon's special rule, and he also has his Swooping Hawks in reserve.
I'm concerned about the Falcon coming in turn 1, deploying the Dragons out, wiping one of my units really quickly, but more so, again, hemming me in my zone. I do not need to be hemmed in my zone for this game. If I am, it may be over pretty quick.
That is super aggressive.
Isn't it? Not touching, and my Dune Rider with the 10 Rangers are back there. I have no idea why these are in my list, Rupert. Yeah, this really is a what is mightier, the gun or the sword.
So Tak is very aware of the redeploy strats because playing an Ultramarine list for a long time, he's used it against his opponents often.
So where do I put this guy?
Probably in your deployment zone. Hey!
I'm not sure if first turn is really important to either player here, because Rupert, of course, has the ability to Phantasm for 2 command points and redeploy his units.
Do you want to go first or second?
I want to go first and second.
So do I.
Oh!
No, you're going first, yes! Perfect.
This is Tak's priority objective.
This one is the priority objective for Rupert.
As expected, Rupert using 2 command points to redeploy 3 units, and he's down to 1 command point pre-game. His Rangers look to be going forward to hold his priority objective. Interesting redeploys from Rupert.
I'm going to lose my infiltrators, that's a fact. But I've positioned in such a way where he's going to have to make some hard decisions. He's not going to be able to place his Falcon very well, and I am poised for a counterattack.
This episode is brought to you by the folks at Audible. In addition to having nearly the complete collection of Black Library audiobooks, Audible has thousands of other titles, including Audible originals and podcasts. Many of us here at PlayOn find listening to audiobooks while we paint terrain and miniatures to be a great way to catch up on Warhammer lore. Or, if you're like me, to revisit some classic science fiction authors like Philip K. Dick or Frank Herbert. Audible has provided us a free 30-day trial where you get full access to thousands of audiobooks, original entertainment, and podcasts. To start your free trial, visit audible.com/playontabletop or text playontabletop to 500-500. Dive into some classic science fiction like me, or whatever tickles your fancy. Audible definitely has what you're looking for. Once again, visit audible.com/playontabletop or text playontabletop to 500-500 and start your free trial today. Rolling his fate dice, specific Eldar mechanic here, and Rupert has a to-hit roll that counts as a 6, a psychic test to count as a 6, a wound, and a save. Tak's chosen the Doctrina Bulwark Imperative to give him +1 to his save and -3 inches to his movement. His canticle is also Shroud Psalm, so all of his units will benefit from light cover.
Now I get to move up, and then I can push into these fantastic positions behind terrain where he won't be able to see me, or it'd be difficult for him to see me. And then I don't really need to kill that much turn 1, I just need to get into position, weather the counterpunch, and then I should be able to get in there.
Looks like Rupert's raising banners with his Rangers, his Harlequins, and his other Ranger squad.
I'm not going to bring my Falcon. Tak did a really good job screening, giving me difficult targets. I couldn't get the Falcon where I wanted it with the Fire Dragons in range of what I wanted to kill.
Tak's really locked out Rupert from deep striking those Fire Dragons of the Falcon pretty well. He cannot get in behind him at all.
I'm talking myself back into it because it's the ballsy play.
Okay.
And champions always make the ballsy play.
All right.
I'm really surprised he's decided to drop it on first turn. I'm actually of the mind to leave it off and let Tak spread a bit more to make his shots count a little bit better without a counterpunch. Let's see how this plays out.
This is the play. This is the play.
All right.
I'm really happy about this played out. Okay, now I'm going to roll some psychic powers.
Okay.
So I'll do Fateful Divergence.
Fateful Divergence fails, but he rerolls, try to use his Seer of Shifting Vector to regen that command point, and no loss of command point. That's pretty good.
I'm back at square one.
Shield of Iniad goes off on a 7. That's going to give out a 4-up invuln to one of the units nearby.
I'll shoot a laser lance shot from the attack.
Okay.
Hits.
Nope.
2 damage.
Kills this guy.
Kasplat. I've got a automatic hit, an automatic wound, which I'm going to use on the Dragon XR to hit the plane.
Okay.
4 shoots. And I reroll 1s because of the Vizark.
Okay.
Wound. Ugh. I think I'll re-roll that with my CP re-roll for the
Ooh.
phase because it's a 3-up to do a lot of damage.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Command reroll fails to wound, but he gains that command point. He's still at 2.
Wow, so I got 1 wound at -4.
5 up.
Please fail it. Oh, no.
I do not fail it.
Oh no.
You have done nothing to my plane.
That's pretty bad.
That is bad.
That is pretty bad. So, I'm gonna spend another CP.
Rupert spends a command point on the Starhawk missile, 1 command point for it, and it misses.
Can you believe it?
Wow.
So, because I have an auto, I can do a reroll again, but it's gonna use my last CP. Yeah, I hit you.
Okay.
2d3. 2 mortals.
2 mortals. And
2
then,
mortals.
And then,
And then I get 4 shots. So I hit you on 3s, and then I wound. Okay, so it takes 6.
Tack spending a command point here on a rerolled save. It sees the plane down to 4 wounds, and Tack's got 4 command points left.
So the Shining Spears are going to split fire. 2 of their laser lancers are going to go into the Skitari infiltrators.
into the infiltrators.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then 2 twin link catapults and a shuriken cannon are going to hit those dogs.
Okay. Nope. Sorry. Nope. Both go through.
So 2 damage, so that'll be 2. Swing, swing. The shuriken cannon into the dogs, and then
Nope. That goes through.
2 damage.
And then the other one has a 5-up invuln.
Hey!
He makes it.
So that was 2 damage on 1. And then shuriken catapults.
3-ups, I think. Nope.
Perfect. So now the Falcon is going to split fire. Scatter laser into the dogs.
Okay.
Pulse laser and shuriken catapults into the plane.
Okay.
So scatter laser is 6 shots. Woo!
Wow.
It is what it is. Then we've got shuriken catapults, 6s. Nothing.
Okay.
And then the big baby pulse laser into
Yep.
that. So I'm really hoping that these hit. 3s. Still nothing. 3 plus. If that had wounded, he was dead.
Bit of an anemic shooting phase from Rupert here.
The best way I can leverage some movement. Well, before I do that, so I finish the shooting with the Shining Spears. I can either charge with them,
Battle focus.
or I can battle focus with them.
Yeah. And then double down. Oh, and be safe.
I think that's the way to go.
Okay.
So, can I borrow dice?
Oh my god. All right. Well, it's both of our dice. He just rolled a 1
So
with
he's still going to be able to be seen.
Yeah.
They are not.
Okay. I only need to see 1.
Banshee's going to go in because then you can't overwatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Scorpions. Yeah, and I'll try with the auto. Thought they would be harder to see.
Oh.
So they will not be hard to see.
No, and you're going to kill them, and then you're going to be right out in the open.
So I think I'll just leave them.
So not charging the scorpions.
Yeah, that was a gaffe. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea.
That's okay.
Is what it is.
That's
and
okay.
This should be enough to kill you, so
Okay.
yeah. Now, this is where we prove that the sword is more powerful than the gun.
So I just need to make all 5-up invulns, right?
Yeah.
That's all I need to do?
This is for my pride.
Is it? So what? You don't go home if I make all these, right? I tried.
As expected, that Autarch makes short work of those infiltrators. He smacks them down like a boss.
The one thing I know is a sword is more reliable than a gun, and the one thing you can control is movement.
Not a lot of dead stuff on Tack's side of the board as we end Rupert's turn 1 here. The dice apparently deny alpha strikes in this story. Let's see how Tack responds.
I've only lost my infiltrators. I still have my flyer, which is really surprising. Now I'm able to counterattack. This is exactly what I wanted to do if I went second. Now it's going to be all about priority targets.
Tack using his data tether to the Skitari to close on that objective in his home zone.
My Rangers are going to get out. They get 3 inches and then another 3. So they only get 6 inches of movement. They are going to raise the banner. Right. plane is going to go forward like this.
Gross.
So I'll pivot at the end.
Yeah, because the options.
Yep.
Sweet, and then you roll, is it 5?
So this is a bomb.
And you owe me some cold dice after what happened last time.
I probably do.
Yeah.
All right, I'll drop 2 of these. 3? I'll drop 3.
Drop 3, that'd be great.
Okay. I dropped 3.
Hey! That's called a gentleman's game.
Shooting phase now, big phase for Tack. Rupert spends his command point on lightning fast reflexes to keep the Rangers alive, and he's out of command points again.
Dun, dun, dun,
5s is tough.
dun, 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 dun.
I do have a Mars reroll. Nope. I hope this episode doesn't come up before we try to sell these dice. Cause 3 up. No AP. 1 Ranger left. I bombed it, I shot it, and there's still 1 Ranger left. I might as well flame and all of my pistols.
Into the Banshees? But
So my blast pistol is D3 shots. So when you're on 3s, he makes it. And then 2 pistols. Strength 4 still.
5. Nope. I got 1 Banshee left. It's the only one that counts.
It's all about shooting priority, right? Mm-hmm. So the robots are going to fire into the dragons.
Okay.
So I will split fire. At least 1 of the fists, double fists, will go into the Falcon. Everything else is going to go into the fire dragons.
Cool. Boom! So I save 4, drop 2. Do the 3+ saves. Come on. He's good.
So 1's alive.
1 is alive.
1 fire dragon is still alive. I can't kill a unit. Everything's This is into the
Furrow?
yeah.
Good.
Tech Priest Dominus is going to fire into the remaining fire dragon. I roll trip 1s.
Oh, yes!
4 last cannons into the.
Let's do it.
Here's
Miss.
hoping I wound.
You want to miss?
Yes.
Lovely.
Okay. Because you're high up, my marshal can see you for at least 1 plink. 4, I would assume that's not a wound. I am running out of guns. I am running out of guns.
That's what every elf desires to hear.
So I think I have to Wrath of Mars to get around your 2 up. That's the unfortunate truth.
Tack spending a command point on Wrath of Mars to try to take down that Fire Dragon Exarch. 4 command points left. Wow, no mortal wounds.
Not a single 6. Return. All right. Oh, you're going to do it this way? Double 1s?
Double 1.
There you go.
I had no idea the boat could put 16 shots into something.
4 shots from every one of its guns. They're just going to shoot into the Falcon.
Okay, so these guys.
3 damage.
Okay, yeah, so I'm down to 9, which doesn't affect me.
No.
Only the Sulfur Hounds to charge here. He needs a 12, and that's no joy at all. Ooh, morale phase. The Ranger fails morale, and he runs.
We didn't shake hands at the beginning of the game.
Oh, is that why we're doing so badly?
I feel like we should shake hands now. That was an equally horrific turn.
Tack manages to raise 2 banners this turn, and he scored 3 points for Uncharted sequencing, seeing us at the end of turn 1 with a score of 6-3 in favor of Tack. Tack's at 5 command points to Rupert's 1. Rupert has scored 8 on primary, combined with 3 on his priority objective and 3 more for raised banners, sees him at 14-6 as we head into his turn. Tack choosing his Canticles on turn 2, Litany of the Electromancer. He's going to be -1 to hit in combat, and his Doctrina is Protector Imperative, so he's got +1 ballistic skill and -1 to his weapon skill. Rupert's Strands of Fate dice this turn are an advance, 2 charge dice, and a saving throw.
I've got 2 free charge rolls, so I'm thinking, okay, I can do some long bomb charges, I can get right into his backlines. This is a great turn.
Rupert is really pressing hard into Tack's home objective here.
So I'm using my Strands of Fate advance roll
Sure.
to move the Banshee
Right there.
14 inches.
Interesting. Rupert hasn't moved his Harlequins forward yet. They are scoring for him, but I think he's worried about those Dragoons coming into his backline. The swooping hawks have arrived from Deep Strike, Rupert being sure to place them outside of 12 inches of any core unit attacks, otherwise he's going to be able to shoot them as he arrives.
Psychic phase. Can I get a fateful divergence? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So you got one more command point. Smite?
I think smite's the way to go. Yep. For 1. So you got 3 wounds left.
Yeah.
Oh!
Not worth the command point to try to ignore it.
Then I'm going to shoot with the shining spears.
Okay.
So that's going to be a shuriken cannon into
The breaches?
2 lances into the dogs, and it's going to be 8 shuriken into the plane.
Ooh, massive split fire here. He could do some serious work if he rolls really well. And he does not.
I'll do the 4 pistols into the plane and then the grenade into the dogs.
Okay.
Another 111 Simpsons fish. Oh my goodness.
Yes!
So I've got a 6 up.
You have a 6 up, sir. This is make or break to
Okay.
fight another day.
Nope. Does he explode for Nick? No.
No.
Plane's down. And he didn't even move into range of an explosion, so yeah.
And then I throw a grenade.
Okay.
So 4s.
Nope. Kills
Okay,
the dog.
so I kill that guy. Okay, so I'll shoot the breaches with the 1 shot, and I'll do the shuriken into the dog.
Okay. Nope.
2 damage.
Okay. Kills the guy on the end.
So 4 shots into the dog. Says
He's alive with 1.
the falcon is going to do scatter laser into the dog, shuriken catapults into the troops,
Okay.
and then pulse laser into the Doom Strider.
Okay.
So pulse laser is 2 shots hitting on 3s. You'll be wounding on 3s. Fails to wound. Shots into the dog. 3s to wound.
4 4-ups. I don't think I can make that.
Oh, down to the last one. You're gonna CP that.
No.
Shuriken into the troops.
So I make them both.
Hawks are gonna go into the troops. The Vanguard. 2s.
Eldar guns are shusting away at the AdMech. Tak is rapidly losing all of his chaff units.
Okay, and then the Dart Reapers are going to shoot into the Doom Strider. I think it's worth a crack.
Okay.
So 3s to hit. The X-Arc, 3 up.
Okay, so 5 up.
Nope. So we do 6.
Okay. And then these are 3 wounds each, right?
3 wounds at -2, 3 damage.
So I have 5 ups. I make 1, so if I don't save that last one, it dies.
Yep.
Rupert manages to farm a command point with Seer Shifting Vector, goes up to 3 command points. What an Uno double reverse moment there. And the reroll fails. The boat, the Scorpius Dune Rider, goes down. Onto the charge phase. 9-inch charge from that Banshee. She's in. Ooh, Falcon punch with an 11. It's in too.
The Vizark's in, the Altark's in, the Exarch's in. I have a feeling I'm gonna really hate arcs after this.
So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna pile in here. She's gonna do Chrome Scream on a 2+. Goes off. So
Sure.
I'm gonna do D3 mortal wounds to the dudes.
Can you do that to the? You did 1 to the robots, right?
Okay, I do 1, and then +1 for charge. So I charged just 1 time in this game so far, so it'll be 2 mortal wounds.
Tak spending a command point on Benediction of the Omnissiah to ignore mortal wounds on 4-ups, and he fails. He's down to 3 command points now.
So she's gonna swing.
So 4. I make 1.
2 damage.
Okay.
Banshee takes 1 robot down to 1 wound. Wow.
Nope.
Vizark kills one of those robots, and Rupert spends a command point down to 2 on lightning fast reactions to make his Autark -1 to be targeted.
Then the Autark's gonna pile in. So,
6 ups. I
oh,
save 1.
we saved 1. So I needed that to die to lose that guy.
All right, the robots, I guess, have 3 attacks each on 5s.
Here we go. He's good. No, it takes 1. Sorry.
Okay.
Autark is down to 5. 4 up. Okay.
And then 2 will go into the Exarch.
Takes a wound. And 2.
Okay.
Enter Rupert's turn 2 here, and he's really hemmed Tak in. He's going to have a hard time getting out to score. Should make for a very interesting turn 2 movement for Tak. Rupert's got 5 points on Bring It Down, 3 points on Raise Banners, 6 on Priority Objective, and 8 on his primary. On attacks turn 2 now, scores 8 on primary, and he still has 2 on raised banners, puts him at 16 to 22 in favor of Rupert. He's decided to fall back with his Skitarii Vanguard out of combat and has rearranged his entire bottom quadrant. His unit is still on the objective, however, if his shooting doesn't go well, heroic interventions will nullify all the hard work here. Really interesting game within the game.
I have my Dragoons. They were meant to be a real hard counterattack. I would have loved to put them up further onto the table, but they need to swap these characters off of my backline. My movement phase, I will also try to heal those robots, because they're the only ones that are taking any wounds.
Sure.
For 3, so that he's back up to full. Start of the shooting phase, Iron-Starry Ballistari are going to fire into the Falcon.
Ballistari shooting into the Falcon, no need for lightning reflexes when a unit hits on 2s and rerolls 1s. And down goes the Falcon, that's big.
Dominus is going to fire at the model that has only 2 wounds left.
Fate dice for 1 save, and Rupert makes the other. She still lives. 3 damage pistol into the Banshee from the Datasmith. Rupert spending a command point in a reroll, needs a 5-up invuln save, and he does! Down to 2 command points, and he's holding tax points off the board.
Do I blow all of my command points now?
Wrath of Mars from Tack, down to 2 command points. Rangers fire everything into the Vizark on freeze, and no use for lightning reflexes as he's already -1 to be hit. 2 are targeting the Banshee though, splitting fire and getting greedy.
P1?
Oh, the Vizark tanks the shots! Into the Banshee now, needing 3s, only 2 saves, no mortals. Banshee lives with 1 wound. I've said this before, folks, never split fire! Unless you have to split fire. But don't split fire. Where's Nick? Skitarii Marshal into the Banshee now.
Oh, it's a fail! I'm gonna CP that. Yep. Oh,
Yes!
it's a 1!
Finally!
The Banshee goes down.
Banshee's finally gone down shooting. That is 3 points for me. Keeps me on the scoreboard. Now,
wow.
the Vizark is really scary,
He is.
so I probably don't want to charge anything into him,
Unless it's the Dragoons.
unless it's the Dragoons. I don't need the Datasmith anymore, so I've got a 7-inch charge with the Datasmith going into the Vizark.
Heck yeah.
Tack Command rerolls that 4 into a 9, and he's in, keeping his objective, but down to 1 command point.
All right, Dragoons, show me what you got.
Dragoons are training the Altar, because that's where I can fit. I can't fit towards that side. So I need a 9, and I already busted him out my command point, so. Failed my charge with Dragoons again. Seems to be the moral of the story.
The fact that he failed the charge on the Dragoons was just tragic. I mean, I feel for the guy.
All right, so I'm gonna need to kill these Aeldari characters with Breachers and a Datasmith and... Okay,
Yeah.
Datasmith will fire. He has a Power Fist.
And 4-ups.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll punch you back to the attack. So 6 hits, 2s.
I got 1 6, so you kill 1. You still get to go because you have fight first.
Yes.
Even though I'm the defender.
With the Vizark.
Yep, -1 to hit. He is toughness 4. Nope. Nope.
2 damage.
So he's got allowed with 2. So I'm gonna fight with my.
Right, of course. So. Oof.
Last command point on a reroll, Rupert's out, but the Autarch lives! End of round 2, and what an absolutely close game we have here. Tack has 1 command point, Rupert has 0, and Tack sits at 25 points to Rupert's 22. Big primary jump for Rupert here, 12 points, that's absolutely massive, and another 3 on raised banners sees him jump out to 40 to 25. Strands of Fate dice roll for Rupert, he gets an advance, a charge, and 2 saving throws. Those are going to be clutch. Tack chooses the Conqueror Imperative, he gets +1 weapon skill and -1 ballistic skill. He's also chosen Invocation of Machine Vengeance. He gets extra dice on the advance and charge. Advancing Rangers grab his hidden path and his priority objective. Swooping Hawks threatening Tack's top objective.
So, Psychic Phase. I'm...
Fateful Divergence in the Psychic Phase for a command point, up to 2 for Rupert. Smite into the Ballistari and only 1 mortal wound.
I'm going to shoot them with the Dark Reapers.
Okay.
Yes.
Still on 3s. Yep,
Good.
The missile launcher hits and Tack fails the save. Rupert only rolls 1 damage. Ooh, does he reroll? He does for 6 wounds. No farming, down to 1 command point, but that's another grind them down target.
Scorpion's going to put a grenade and 4 pistols into those troops.
Okay.
Scorpions fire to the Vanguard and wipe the unit. Wow.
That leaves me with the Shining Spears into the Kastan robots.
Okay.
Sure. 6.
Okay, I'm good.
5s. Yep.
Nope, and the -1. Yes, I'm okay. Down to 6.
Some humans over here with my Swooping Hawks.
Okay.
Swooping Hawks unload into the Skitarii Rangers, and they tank the shots like crazy.
So that'll feel good.
It does something. I'll take the 2 that are in the building so that if you charge me, I overwatch with everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Charge phase now. Swooping Hawks charge into the Vanguard in that top corner. Tack overwatches for a command point, down to 1 left.
Go. So I failed 2, so 1's down.
Okay, 1 dead.
Definitely trying to keep himself out of heroic intervention range here. Strands of Fate for a 6 plus 1 dice roll. 11-inch charge for the Shining Spears. Woo!
We'll do the attack first.
Okay.
5.
Oh wow, the Breachers have gone down. Did they even fire? Wow!
Then I do the Shining Spears, so 2 have to go into that. 1 goes into that.
So the
Yeah.
Tech Breeze has gone down. That's kind of a given. There's too much threat saturation in that corner. But that does suck. That takes away my rerolls. Yep. Nope. Down to 4.
Vizark is going to pick up that guy.
Datasmith has gone down. That takes away the core from my robots.
And then the Swooping Hawks.
Yep. 4 ups. Drop 2 more. So I've lost 4 this round so far. So I'm still in it. Still going to try to fight as best I can.
Punching into the Hawks, see if we can weather the blows.
The Rangers fight back into the Swooping Hawks and no joy. Robots into the Shining Spears, they manage a wound. Morale phase now, and Rangers 3 go down to morale. That's the Skitarii Rangers, not the Aeldari Rangers, if you are as confused as I am.
I lost a couple more Rangers to morale. I've only got 3 left. However, the most important thing is that they remain on that objective. That keeps my banner alive, and I'm still scoring points.
That's a big, big turn for Rupert. He sits at 44 points right now. Tack's got 25 at the end of turn with 1 command point as well. Tack jumps up to 30 points as he only manages 4 on primary and 1 for his raised banner, so we have a score of 44 to 30 at the bottom of turn 3.
If ever there was a time when I needed everything to go my way, this is that time. I'm going to need to pull everything out of the AdMech book to finally get these characters out of my zone with these Dragoons.
In his command phase, Tack is giving out the Dragoons to ignore the deprecation from the Doctrina this turn. That's kind of big. Dragoons are looking to lay some smackdown on some Elf Arse, that's for sure. Rangers fall back from combat with the Swooping Hawks. Not a bad play here.
Going to the shooting.
Dragoons shoot into the Exarch with lasers to the face. 2 wounds. Don't fail. Both fate dice used, and he's fine.
You know, it's so unsatisfying to not see dice roll. 2 last cannon shots into a character, and it's like, Strands of Fate, 1 goes away. Strands of Fate, the other 1 goes away. So robots are going into the bikes. 6.
2 Shining Spears go down. Just that Exarch left. Marshall shoots into the Swooping Hawks and gets nothing.
Okay. Declaring charges. Because of my Canticle, I'm rolling 3 dice.
Tack's multi-charging into the Vizark, Autarch, and the Shining Spear. Oof!
So the first stratagem I'm going to pull is Crushing Weight.
On a 2-up, he's going to do Mortals to the Autarch.
Luckily, with the size of the Dragoon bases, everything is actually in engagement range of that single Autarch. That's 3 mortal wounds.
I don't think there's anything I can do.
Step 1 of the 3-part plan has started to work. So with Chain Taser Protocol,
Yeah.
Step 2, Chain Taser Protocol. It's probably one of my favorite stratagems. What it means is instead of exploding 6s, I get exploding 5s. Do 1 attack into the Shining Spear,
Yeah.
and then the other 2 are going to go into the
Vizark.
Vizark, yeah. The Shining Spear first because it's less climactic.
Rupert down to 1 command point as he spends it on the lightning-fast reflexes for the Vizark.
Hitting on 2s.
Shining Spear Exarch re-rolling one save to live, and he fails, and he's out of command points. Oh no!
Step 2, 3-part plan, working. And then the 8 attacks are going into the Berserker, -1 to hit.
Yes.
Correct? I'm going to need to pull a lot of 5s and 6s here to just volume out the Berserk because he does have a 4-up involved. So hitting on 3s.
Oh boy.
I rolled.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but I get a Mars.
Hey!
So I hit one more, so 4. 1 2s.
Well, I fail all of them.
Oh no!
And it's 2 damage each, right?
Yes. Dead dude.
I just get pasted. Boom, Vizar's gone. Everybody's gone. 1 unit, 3 kills. I mean, that's just incredible.
Achievement unlocked. The characters are all dead. While I'm still hemmed in my zone, I'm pretty happy about just murder, murder, murder.
Amazing back and forth here on turn 3. What a massive flip with the Dragoons. It's 44-36 as we head into turn 4. On to Rupert's turn 4, and he gains another 12 on primary. He's really starting to run away with this. Tak really needs to start scoring quick. Fate dice now. 1 advance roll, 1 psychic test, a wound roll, and a save for Rupert. Those are all going to count as 6s whenever he chooses to use them. Tak chooses Canticle of the Iron Soul to give him a 5-up versus mortal wounds. Spending an advanced dice on the Farseer to get him where he wants him. Psychic Phase and Fateful Diversion succeeds. Rupert's up to 2 command points, attacks 1. Smiting into the Ballistari for, again, only 1 mortal wound. Not a lot of smites this game.
Shooting phase. I've got 4 Sweeping Hawks.
Okay.
So I'll throw 1 grenade.
Okay.
Throwing a grenade into the Skitarii Rangers along with the rest of the Swooping Hawks guns, and down they go.
So that knocks me off of that objective, unfortunately. So I'm going to 0 on primary.
I'm going to shoot the Reapers into the Ballistari.
Okay.
4 shots. Exarch. What's your armor save?
3 up. So 5s.
I'm going to reroll the Exarch on a CP.
Okay.
Hit.
Yep. On these.
Hey!
I
And
make
then
both.
one from the Exarch. -2.
Nope.
How many wounds do you have on the Dragoon?
5 left. Were you shooting the Ballistari or you were shooting the Dragoon?
I was shooting the Dragoon. That's what I was saying, Dragoon?
No, they're both have the same style.
All right, so, and they have 6 wounds, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay, so this one's into the Iron Shredders.
Okay.
For 1, so I'll shoot into the Ballistari this time. So I'll do 4 pistols, and then I'll do a grenade,
On 6 up. Nope. So 3 wounds total.
You got 2 left.
2 left.
My Striking Scorpions are going to charge the Ballistari. I wasn't going to, but because he's almost dead, I think I could clip him and then basically still block you.
5 ups, and then he's dead.
Ballistari goes down, and it explodes.
Yep.
He blows up!
So I take a wound on my Ballistari, and then you take a wound on your Scorpions.
Rupert sits at 67 points at the end of his turn 4. He's got 32 on primary and 12 on priority objective, so he's 1 point away from maxing his total primary score, and he's got 23 on raised banners. Both players sit at 1 command point. Tak turn 4 now, and he scores no primary points. This is huge, and all of his banners have been knocked down.
Going to my movement because I have no command phase stuff to do.
Skitarii Marshal advances into cover to steal back that objectives. The Dragoons are making way for the Castellans. Wrath of Mars from Tak here, down to 1 command point. He really needs to chew through those Swooping Hawks, but he's hitting on 5s. They still go down! Wow! Dragoons charge into the Scorpions on the last command point on Chain Taser protocols from Tak. Rupert farms 1, and he's up to 3, and he spends it on lightning reflexes to keep them alive and try to save them.
Oh, that's it?
I was pretty close.
You were?
It's a solid effort from Tak, but I think it's a case of a too little, a too late, and he's not going to be able to catch up on score. It looks like it's going to be a victory for Rupert, 90-68, and his High Court of the Oyabun. Super strategic, back and forth, amazing sportsmanship, and a great show. Looks like it's going to be Rupert versus Tycho for the next battle That's going to determine our Play On Season Not 4 champion. That's it for all of us here at the Play On Studios. On behalf of them, it's me, JT McDowell, saying, until the next time you see us in the far-flung future of a grimdark universe, play on!
Uncharted sequencing was a gamble, didn't pay off, unfortunately.
Well, I may have rolled poorly, but I still didn't lose. Tycho, you're next.
Good luck, Tycho.